To me, you see diversity everywhere because, like, nowadays, looking at it, we've got people that are all different races and from all different religions as well. So it's just everywhere.
We have stuff like gay pride and then promoting it a lot more. Like places like Primark have like their own section for their pride clothes and all of that.
Okay, in my community, I see diversity at many places. The police station, and then the marketplace. Market. Sometimes I see men trading. So at the market, at the police station, every place.
90% of people in Ghana doesn't think that because they think that women are supposed to be in the kitchen always. So they don't think you should go to school. But it's not like that is wrong. They don't have to think like that.
Yeah, a lot of stereotypes. A lot of people through religion sometimes. They don't believe in, say for instance, the gay community. They don't like it, or they're not very accepting towards it because they believe that it's against, their religious beliefs. So that's where there could be a little bit of equality. And also when it comes to religion, when it comes to traditional dress and the way people, carry themselves or the clothes that they wear, some people, will look and be very negative about it because it doesn't conform to, what they believe to be right or, to be accepted within the community. And also again, when it comes to observing religious celebrations, sometimes, people aren't accepting to that because it's just different to what they've been brought up to believe.
When you are a parent, you become a parent, a woman becomes a parent, it is very easy to be judged in so many ways. Like if you are a parent, you have children, you want to stay at home with those children, you are judged. You say, why is she not going back to work? She's the children are old enough now, why is she not going back to work? Or if you decide to go back to work and you leave your children with someone else, then you are judged again. So why is she not home with the children? She's a mother, she's not acting as a mother. So it's as if you are judged. You can't win. It's a lose-lose situation, whatever decision you make, which is something, okay, yes, men are given opportunities now to stay home with children, but obviously women have had to put up with this for much longer, but hopefully things are improving now.
Well, what I do is just to empower the girls in academic setting. We have the prefectorial system, that is the prefect administrating setting. So we see to it that some of the girls holds a very important position in the school, and the boys as well. Do you understand? So that means they are all equal. Everybody play a role. Yes. So that is what I've started now. Yes.
Diversity is a great thing because it brings people together. Because we have a saying that together we build, divided we fall. So in some case, if at least the man cannot help, the woman can assist. For instance, if you say only males should become a doctor, and maybe you are going to the hospital and that doctor is not around, and the female is not there, you will not get someone to take care of you. So because the female is there, if the doctor is sick, that female going to school and becoming a doctor can take care of you. So it is very important to be a diversity.
Okay.
Yes.
And I will say once again that we are all human beings, and maybe you can't say only the males should become a doctor in your country, because you don't know. Maybe the male that you are saying that they should become a doctor, maybe they are not good in the doctoring this activity. So find a female to maybe that female can be an important person, also treat the person very well. Maybe the males, they will not have time for the patients but the females can take their time and do whatever. So we are all human beings and we are all can do anything that each and other can do.
Me a proud, me no surrender. Me no want it, me no surrender. Me want it, the people when I do it him go. Me no want to run now. Never do. Oh, Sawa Sawa. Never do. Oh,
This advert, I'm sure it's to advertise Maltesers, but anyway, in the advert it's got these three women, and then they're talking about something, and then I think the girl says something like, oh, I'm a little bit like too scared to tell anybody about it, and then the girls go, oh, let me guess, you're a lesbian, and then she was like, no, and then the other girl was like, oh, you're a vegetarian, and then she goes, no, and she goes, what is it then? She goes, I'm an accountant, and then she was like, have you told your parents? She was like, no, because I don't know what they're going to think about it. But it's kind of like, I feel like it was encouraging equality, because obviously she wasn't scared to say that she was lesbian or vegetarian or whatever. It was the fact that she was an accountant that she was scared to tell people about that.
You have to educate them that when a girl goes to school, it's not bad. Yeah. People think girls are supposed to be at the kitchen, but it's not the right thing. You have to educate each and every person so that they will know that if a girl goes to school, it's important.
Community voice, people coming together, working together to, change people's opinions and people's views, because, there is a lot of media influence on what people say and what people believe. Music, films, art, all of those different types of genres, etc. They could all influence how people believe or what people believe to be right or wrong. Like one example would be, say for instance, years ago, in the Jamaican community, they didn't really accept gay people. They just generally believed it was wrong. And then obviously as time's gone by and now you've got more music influence from America, and obviously Jamaicans are now a lot more influenced by American music, it's now not accepted. If anything, it's just, that's how things are. And so I think, as more and more people get together to change people's opinions and to, educate people that, it's not wrong, it's just somebody's a little bit different, or what they're doing is slightly different, then it just helps. It helps to, combat people being excluded.
Although we can do all we can in school, giving girls fullest opportunities and to reach their potential, etc., what can we do to get that message outside of school as well, and how can we bring the community, into that knowledge? So that's where we need to go from here. How can we get parents, how can we get the wider community understanding about children's rights a little bit more, and maybe just developing that good rights respecting attitude?
I've got a cousin who's he's quite homophobic, and I do confront him about it if he does bring it up. And there's another thing, sometimes I'll be in the house and I'll just be in like a t-shirt and shorts, and he always says, put clothes on. He made me wear a bed sheet last time. He came into my house, he came into my room and told me to put on a bed sheet because I had no other clothes. And I was just like, no, I should be able to be comfortable in my own space, just the way guys are. It's not even like I left my house. Didn't even leave my room, and I'm already being forced by a guy to to cover up.
We're a rights respecting school here, and what I do believe is that if you educate children on their rights at this very young age, especially girls, they know that they have rights the same as everybody else. They will then pass that knowledge onto their children, and they will also be more equipped and more prepared to fight for the rights of their own children, and that will go on and on and on throughout the generations, which is what we obviously want, and it will become a better globally aware, locally aware, rights respecting community.
They think that's the right thing for them, but they said if you educate a woman, you educate the whole nation, but if you educate a man, you educate one person.
Yeah, but it's not all women. For the doctrine, yeah, any woman can force to become a doctor, because now in Ghana here we have young girls. Yeah, young girls, 19, 20, they are the doctors. But for the soldier, I don't think any woman can become a soldier. If you are not strong enough, yeah, you cannot be a soldier, because soldiers, they go through many practices, many training So if you don't have the ability or the strength, you cannot become a soldier.
In Ghana, currently things have changed because in a political setting, more of the women are into politics, right? Which some years back you cannot see this. And they frown on women cannot take such positions. But currently things have changed, and the government, the ministerial positions, some of them are holding very vital positions in the country. In the ministerial position, we have the Attorney General being a woman, Electoral Commission being a woman. These are sensitive areas, but the government has been able to use women. So things are changing, and as you see.
I didn't cheer more than I didn't cheer more flow. I did cheer more flow. DL. I'm your body roll. Taking it to another level. DL, yeah, boy.
We are all human beings, and maybe if you want to become a teacher, you have to go through education and you have to focus on what you learn. You don't have to do any other things and stop you from becoming a teacher or other things. So you have to focus on what you learn so that in the near future you can become important people and also develop the country.
The hardest thing is that I feel like how Janelle said, if someone has a mindset that they want to like come out of, no matter what you do, like say for example if someone's homophobic or racist, no matter how many positive points you give them and how many times you tell them why is it affecting you so much, because they, they're not doing anything to hurt you, it's almost like they've got an excuse for everything you say, and then it's like in the end you kind of don't know where to go from there, because it's like no matter how hard you try, that's how they are, and even if you really wanted to, you're most likely not going to be able to change that.
In school diversity, I see diversity in the whole school, including the compound and even the classroom. Because in the classroom, a boy can become the class prefect, a female too can become the class prefect. So the classroom, I see diversity there. Yeah.
And also among the teachers, a female teacher can become a teacher, and also the males also can become a teacher. So it's good.
I'll tell the students that it's very important that they should tell their parents that women are not, their position is not at the kitchen. Now, do you understand? They should allow the women also to come out so that whatever talents they have, they can also exhibit and help to develop the country.
Well, because we are the same people, and if only the person have the ability, so I'll just tell you that the person is having the ability, yeah, so the person can do it. So you don't have to tell the person to stop, or you cannot stop someone from doing what he or she wants, because it's the right of the person have the right or the freedom. So you cannot stop that person. If only the person can do it, you cannot stop that person from doing it.
I worked for a particular company, and there was only 2 women in the research development sector, and we all used to get round and discuss how we was going to improve a particular process or a chemical or whatever, and it was really quite strange because I'd never really experienced it before then. But if myself or my colleague, the other female colleague, if we mentioned something, it was completely not listened to. Nobody really paid any attention to what we said. But then literally like 5 minutes later, a male colleague will repeat what we've just said, and then all of a sudden it's a great and fantastic idea. And it was just little comments as well, like, why have women got small feet so they can get close to the kitchen sink, and little silly things like that, which I'd never, like I say, experienced before, but to me that was, it was a little bit of equality within the workplace, and it was horrible to actually, to go through it.
It just depends how you are as a person. It's not like a guy or a girl. It's just, it depends on your personality and how you view things and how you say your opinion.
It depends on what you want to do. So like, say if you want to be an athlete, then like athletes would be your inspirations.
Education is key. Do you understand? So education is very important. So the only thing I have to do is sit the person down and I educate him and give him more examples, like what you see Attorney General being a woman, Electoral Commission being a woman. There are some key positions, Deputy Information Minister being a woman. Do you understand? And they are performing very well. You know, the Tourism, Culture and Tourism Minister being a woman, and she's doing fantastic work. Do you understand? So you sit them down and tell them, in a traditional setting, you see the Queen Mothers are also performing nowadays. They are performing very, very, very well. Do you understand? They organize the women and the men as well. Gone are the days where only men can do all these things. So in a traditional setting, it's happening.
It's going to be harder to change older people's minds because they're just so used to it. But with younger girls and boys, like get boys to go to hospitals, try to be nurses, get girls to go to colleges, try see how to study like for engineering.
Yeah, to like do it at a young age, and then it will like carry on for the next generation.
Introduce it to them.
And stuff to do with like young boys too, because if they're going to end up respecting girls at this age, then it's going to be a lot different like in the future.
Iseke wo pensa Oloni mbiori Obincho na kuko Rio koje Ajimre mwede